Hey everybody, this is Christine, and we've just been coming off of Thanksgiving weekend. What a wonderful time it was. Of course, lots of indulging, and that's why I'm in my far infrared Saunette today and just about ready to go in for a great treatment to just kind of, get the sweat on and maybe shed a few pounds. But I wanted to talk to you really about how effective far infrared treatments are when it comes to weight management. And what's really amazing is that both ends of the spectrum are helped. Those that need to gain weight and those that need to lose weight. What a phenomenal modality far infrared is, that it can help both ends of the spectrum. I always want to be extremely scientific and not just have you take my word for things. So I took with me some clinical studies that I wanted to share with you today. They're really remarkable and breathtaking, all on the powers of far infrared when it comes to weight management. The first one that I want to bring your attention to is from the Journal of Cosmetic Dermatology, 2011. The title of the article is Reduction in Body Measurements After Use of Far Infrared. Basically what they did is they took a group of 42 women, they divided them in half. One was what they call the control group, and the other went through far infrared treatment daily for 30 days. At the end of the study, this is what the conclusion was, that there had been a reduction in body measurements. So there you go, remarkable. This was one study. Another study is from the International Journal of Hyperthermia. Hyperthermia is also another term or another way of saying heat-related therapies that have to do with far infrared. Infrared heat treatment reduces food intake and modifies expression in the dorsal medulla of obese individuals. So in any case, what this means is that there is actually a hormonal and a psychological element to obesity. Of course, we understand this. And through far infrared treatment, that element is able to be altered for the better. It's quite remarkable. Basically, what happened in this particular study is that they were able to map and trace the effects of far infrared treatment. And they noticed that there had been a reduction in the compulsion of the individuals for eating. The term that we use clinically is called hyperphagia, and that's compulsive eating. So this is one of the traits of obesity. It's definitely something that takes place in the brain. It's actually in the dorsal medulla. And through far infrared treatment, this was able to be altered, and obese people were able to actually have a genetic alteration so that they could lose weight. Really quite a remarkable study. Another one I want to bring your attention to right here is from the Scientific World Journal, and the title of this study is Sauna-Induced Body Mass Loss in Young Sedentary Men and Women. This was a fairly large study. It was over 700 individuals, sedentary students, men and women, and they noticed that the control group that was subject to sauna treatments, far infrared sauna treatments, had a total loss of body mass in their circumference. So there you have it, another breathtaking, phenomenal clinical study to prove the efficacy of far infrared in weight management. This is another very interesting study that was done in 2003 in the Experimental Biological Medical Journal, and it's called Clinical Implications of Thermal Therapy in Lifestyle-Related Diseases. This study is quite interesting because it takes into consideration not just weight management, but also cardiac and other lifestyle modulated diseases that are commonplace in our world and in our society today. I'm just going to read the very last few statements here. It says that, this is so interesting, in normal weight patients with appetite loss, maybe they were elderly, repeated sauna treatment increased plasma ghrelin, which is a hormone that controls appetite, concentrations in daily caloric intake, and improved feeding behavior. In obese patients, the body weight and body fat significantly decreased after 2 weeks of sauna therapy without increase of plasma ghrelin hormonal concentrations. On the basis of this data, sauna therapy may be a promising patients for both patients with weight gain needs and weight loss needs. Fascinating. One more study I want to read to you, which is again just breathtaking, because here we have a healing modality that can take care of both ends of the spectrum. Heat in the treatment of patients with anorexia nervosa. At the end of the article, it says this: the outcomes went far beyond what had been expected, as the disappearance of hyperactivity was followed by progressive recovery. Really so fantastic. The last article I'm going to bring your attention to is from the Journal of Drugs Dermatology, and it has to do with the efficacy of far infrared when it comes to cellulite reduction. At the end of the study, 76% of the subjects noticed an overall improvement in their cellulite, with 54 reporting greater improvement in the thigh area. So folks, as you can see, far infrared is incredibly beneficial when it comes to weight management. And I really can attribute to the 5 years that we've had this in my house, in our house, and my, really fairly consistently getting inside of it, to be one of the contributing factors for being able to maintain and manage my weight. So again, here I am, Christine, kind of your far infrared specialist, coming to you with some of the latest information about the powers of far infrared. Thank you for listening.